Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for a number of things today. We have Ultimate Thor number 2, X-Men Curse of the Mutants number 5, and Thunderbolts number 150. I'm going to do the X-Men first. Now, they're gearing up, actually they're in the middle of the final battle between the X-Men and the vampires in this issue, and part of me understands that you can only do so much in a comic, but the other part of me is saying that you really are selling your fans short because the battle just isn't good enough. Now, granted, there's a really decent standoff between all the X-Men that have like hard skins that the vampires can't penetrate, and you just see wave after wave of vampires. You have in the ocean Namor and the Atlanteans fighting. But to me, it's just not enough. I want more. Call me greedy, I just want more out of a climactic battle. One thing I did think that was really creative was they blessed Iceman, since he is technically made of water, so they kind of made him a holy water Iceman type thing. And that was a really good idea. I thought that just Archangel pretty much in the sky alone, from what I can tell, wasn't enough, but apparently it was enough for writers who didn't want to draw more flying X-Men. The one thing that this part is a little bit of a spoiler, but the one thing that I did predict was the fact that Wolverine, he was, turned into a vampire. Well, they turned him back into a mutant. Basically, Cyclops, in his fiendish ways, set up a kind of like a trap that allowed that to happen, which is like you'd have to be an idiot or noob to not figure something like that was on its way. Overall, it was okay, but it didn't totally wow me. Ultimate Thor was really good. If you're not reading Ultimate Thor, you might want to pick it up now while you still can. They're giving us an altered history, I guess you can say, and altered meaning the ultimate version of history of Thor and Asgard, and it's actually really entertaining, especially the way you have Thor interacting with Loki, and it's really a lot different than what it used to be, in the regular Marvel universe. And besides, this issue has Storm Giants and Nazi outfits, so how can you not buy that? That's totally awesome in so many different levels. And this issue also is key because they have the Nazis about to storm the Rainbow Bridge, and there is actually a significant character death in this issue. I won't spoil that, but this is really good. If you're not buying it, you might want to pick it up because it's actually really entertaining. And finally, Thunderbolts number 150. Like I said before, it does give you a little bit at the end where you have character bio type stuff, and it gives you the first issue reprinted, so that way you know where the Thunderbolts came from. This issue here is basically what you're going to want to do is if you're interested in reading the Thunderbolts, but you didn't want to jump into it because there's already a lot of story going on, this is the issue that you get in a sense because the next issue, it's going to be a new phase of the Thunderbolts. And when I mean a new phase, I don't mean necessarily here's a whole new cast of characters. Basically what it is, it looks like it's an understanding now between some of these characters and Luke Cage and, so the Avengers, Steve Rogers and people like that. You do get a little battle between the different characters. They're originally going off on a mission and Ghost sabotaged the teleport, and they ended up in this alternate dimension, and that's where they throw it down and start battling. And the fight actually is kind of entertaining. Juggernaut's taking on Thor and Luke Cage. You have Crossbones versus Steve Rogers, and that was a really good fight there. And overall, I thought it was really entertaining. In that, it was I guess you can say, a good character model of the different characters. Juggernaut on his I don't want to be put back into the cell, you're going to have to kill me type thing. You had Ghost finally coming to peace with Tony Stark, and it was Tony was really smart the way he laid that one out, and he also had Crossbones versus Steve Rogers, which was a really good fight. Crossbones just beat him down, but then, of course, Steve Rogers is going to come back, and secrets are revealed, especially with Crossbones, energy attack now. One character I really thought was interesting was there was a guy that they talked to, this frog guy here, and he's basically some wandering guy who's like, hey, I don't know how long I've been here, I just like fishing, and I thought he was kind of interesting. And what they do to him at the end was kind of, like, I kind of went, oh, that was kind of funny at the same time. So, this was actually an entertaining issue. And, I'm looking forward to seeing where the Thunderbolts is going to go. I don't know, like, they kicked Moonstone off the team, but I don't know if she's still going to be back on. We'll see. And I don't know what they're going to do with Crossbones yet either, now that, information's leaked out about him. But anyways, entertaining. So, out of these, I'd say definite 2 yeses and a 1. It's alright. It's not great, it's just alright. Comments or questions, just let me know. Subscribe to the channel, rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. And, till next